Welcome to Habits of Happy People. A habit is something that we do over and over and over again. Sometimes we do them consciously. Sometimes they just seem to appear out of thin air. And we happy people are happy because we appreciate what we have and focus on the beauty of life. And that leads us to living in an emotional state that is much more joyous and more serene. If we know what the habits of happy people are, then we will be more able to acquire those habits, because habits can be learned or unlearned, and then we can live even happier, more joyous lives. The first tool is that one always has to ask, is this event even relevant to my life? See, most events that kind of get people upset and we get stirred up over have very little relevance or impact in our lives. Oh, maybe there's a little too much milk in the coffee. Well, you're not going to think of that in 20 minutes. Or maybe your team lost the big game on Sunday. Well, does that really affect you if you never bet on it? Or maybe the house that you live in, that you were planning on living in for the next 20 years, dropped in value. You were not planning on selling it. You were not planning on borrowing against it. Does that really affect your life? My father-in-law used to run around. Every time something negative would happen, he'd say, big deal, big deal. Because he understood that most things really are not a big deal. Most things that we get riled up about have very little relevance for our own lives. Well, sometimes things are a big deal. Sometimes events do affect us in a negative way. So that leads us to tool number 2, which is never say, it can never get any worse, because it can always get worse. So we have to appreciate what we do have and not focus on what we are missing. It can always get worse. But any situation, a person gets into a car accident and their car is totaled, but they walk out pretty much unscathed. You know what? They're healthy, they have a job, they have family. And what if they were injured? And what if because of that they couldn't go to work and they lost their job? They are still alive. It can always get worse. So we have to remember, the game is never over till it's over. And as every moment that we are alive in this world, there are great opportunities to receive pleasure, to at least even enjoy the sunshine of any given day. And finally, the third tool, which is extremely powerful, is that a person has to remember to value the messages that we learn from life's events. See, one has to understand, don't view problems as challenges, but each challenge is an opportunity for personal growth. And if I value the opportunity to grow, then I will turn every situation into a positive situation. Now we have to understand that anytime we come into contact with someone, perhaps they don't treat us as well, they don't appreciate what we do for them, that's a great opportunity to learn how to do the right thing for the right reason and not pay attention to accolades. Or maybe someone is financially stressed out. That is a fantastic opportunity to teach our children what is more important in life: family, relationships, and to not be materialistic, and to learn to distinguish between that which we want and that which we need. So by taking these 3 tools, we can acquire this wonderful habit of happiness, which is to evaluate all of life's events in a more positive way.